What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Joker's Wild video. In today's video, I want to cover Iron Banner, specifically the Atlas Unbound Triumph, my thoughts on the Iron Burden in PvP, the perks and masterwork available for the curated Wizened Rebuke, and the opportunity to have random rolls on Wizened Rebuke once you get the Joker's Wild version from the Atlas Unbound Triumph. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's really not, guys. So first up, let's go over the Atlas Unbound Triumph. Essentially, you have to get 500 kills while under the influence of the Iron Burden. The Iron Burden itself lowers your power by 100 in Iron Banner, so basically you are facing higher level enemies, so to speak. So it does take a few more shots to take them down. So in my opinion, this is a fairly difficult triumph to complete. You're basically giving the other team the advantage of taking you out easier, and it's tougher for you to take them out. So it requires like a lot of skill, a lot of survivability, and a lot of patience when it comes to your gameplay. I personally don't care if I have the Iron Burden on or off. It doesn't really matter to me because in general, it helps improve my skills and show where I'm lacking in my gameplay. Like, I always like being a better player, especially in PvP, and especially when it comes to Iron Banner, there's a lot of teams, so it actually helps out in a team setting, and it makes me feel good knowing that I can take out an enemy who's a higher power than me, quote unquote, and outplay them, especially like if they have a Luna's Howl or Not Forgotten. Like, it just feels really good when you when you have basically a power decrease and you could still drop them just because you can outplay them. So it's pretty insane. I will admit that it is a little tough. 500 kills is a lot to get. You have to get 500 kills while under the influence of the Iron Burden. But I guess like the real question is it worth being able to get a curator roll of Wizened Rebuke and potentially a god roll Wizened Rebuke later down the line? Now, I do want to go over the Iron Burden itself. So technically speaking, if you are lowering your power by 100, it does take a few more shots to take enemies down. But if you're skillful, you can definitely outplay teams and enemies very easily. When it comes to primary weapons, obviously going to take a few more shots, so I highly recommend using things like Kill Clip or Rampage. I mostly used my Service Revolver with Rangefinder and Kill Clip, and my Bygones with Outlaw Kill Clip. The Bygones, it's a distance weapon, so you can obviously stay away from those shotgun engagements and stuff like that. Special weapons, they're made to be situational in an Iron Banner, especially with the Iron Burden. It makes them feel even more situational. Like, I was using my Dust Rock Blues at 700 power, and it was still being extremely inconsistent at those close quarters combat situations. Don't recommend using it if you're going to be going into the Iron Banner with the Iron Burden. Snipers having to hit headshots, you have to hit headshots. Body shots will barely do anything, especially if you're under the Iron Burden. But fusion rifles still feel really great, especially those high impact ones. I mostly use my Air Until. It's a god roll, comes with Under Pressure and Rangefinder. That I'll have some gameplay in the background. You'll see it. This thing literally, it slaps, dude. It slaps. And heavy wise, well, in my opinion, I would just use a rocket launcher for a guaranteed kill. No matter if you are 100 power level below, if you hit somebody with a rocket, they're basically guaranteed to die. And like, I hate using Warcliffe Coil. This is one of the times where I actually use Warcliffe Coil in the Crucible because it can take out multiple people and it does really good damage, even if you are under the influence of the Iron Burden. Like, plus, like, if I only have to use the Iron Burden for 500 kills to get a full masterwork fusion rifle, I never have to use it again until another weapon comes around to where I have to do that. I only have to do 500 kills, and then once that's over, I never have to use the Iron Burden again. Plus, you get access to the Wizened Rebuke, like, random roll loot pool, which is what I'll be going over next. I'm going to put this image up on screen. So the top perks right here are the ones that are on the curator roll, and then below that are the random rolls you can get. But I do want to go over the curator roll. So it comes with Hitmark IS, which is a agile short zoom sight, greatly increases handling speed, slightly increases range. And then we have Enhanced Battery, increases the magazine size. Then we have Moving Target, increased movement speed and target acquisition when moving while aiming down sights. And then we have Demolitionist, which is a new perk that came in. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy. Activating your grenade ability reloads this weapon from reserve. So, curator roll, it's definitely situational. I think when it comes to the sights, there are 4 sights available, and I think you could definitely go for one of those medium zoom sights. That would be a lot better. Enhanced Battery, magazine size, that's fine, but I definitely opt for range or stability. Either one of those two. Moving Target, that's pretty good. You do get increased movement speed, so you can strafe a little faster, which is fine with me. But Demolitionist, this is interesting. So this is basically, there was a perk in Destiny 1 where it's the same thing. When you get a kill, it actually not reloads your grenade, but it gives you more grenade energy back. So if you're somebody who is utilizing your grenade a lot, especially if you're like a Devour Warlock and you eat your grenade, you can get that grenade back even faster with this. Maybe even if you're using something like Controverse Hold, you know, with like the Nova Warp or something like that, that's still a good option to do this as well, being able to actually utilize your grenade a lot. So again, the Curator role isn't bad, but I think with the perks that are available on the random rolls, it could be way better. Speaking of the random rolls, I kind of like that you have to complete the Triumph to get access to the Wizened Rebuke loot pool. I understand that there's a lot of controversy around this where people are like, well, I want to get my God Roll Wizened Rebuke. And I understand that Bungie currently has the weapon behind that specific Triumph, but it goes to show that when you come across a revamped version of Wizened Rebuke, that person went through the grind to access the Curator role to get access to the random rolls that are available. It's basically like the Pinnacle Iron Banner weapon, right? So only the people who grind the quest steps will get access to it. Just like with Redrix's Broadsword, right? You get the initial Redrix's Broadsword, and then whenever you turn in tokens to Lord Shaxx, you have the chance at getting like a random roll with different perks. Not different, well, I shouldn't say a different barrel and a different magazine, because obviously Outlaw and Desperado stay the same, but that's the way that I see it. And to be honest, it's not like it's a bad fusion rifle. It's under the best archetype, with it being the higher impact, and comes with great perks when it comes to potentially getting a random roll. Like, let me just go over the perks real quick. So it comes with, you can get Clean Shot IS, you can get Hitmark IS, Red Dot 2 MOA, and Red Dot Micro. Red Dot 2 MOA and Micro are the ones that you definitely want. You have accelerated coils, you really don't want that. Enhanced battery, that's okay. Increased magazine size. Ionized battery, large heavy battery, you basically get bigger magazine, slower reload. Liquid coils increases impact, slower charge time. Accelerated coils is basically like faster charge time, decreases impact, whatever. And then we have particle repeater, which increases stability. You'll definitely want that, or projection fuse, which increases range. Those are the two you really want right there. Trait wise, we have under pressure, definitely very, very good on fusions. Firmly planted, now that's interesting. Increases accuracy, stability, and handling when firing when crouched, especially if you're sliding around corners and pre-charging this thing. Firmly planted might be pretty good. Auto-loading holster, that's okay. Maybe a little more for PvE. Maybe not bad if you stow it away, you get that reload. Moving target, obviously we talked about that, it's pretty solid. Threat detector, maybe not on this fusion, because if people are close up, you'll probably get taken out by a shotgun. Backup plan, which is its original perk in year one, really, really good. High impact reserves, pretty solid, especially when paired with under pressure. Rangefinder, amazing perk on fusion rifles. Tap the trigger, that one's okay. You do get that slight increase to the stability, which isn't bad. Demolitionist isn't bad either, especially if you utilize your grenade a lot. So those are the rolls that are available on the random rolls. And I hate to say this, but to get access to the Wizened Rebuke loot pool, it's like, I hate to say it, but the term get good comes to mind. Like, if you're not willing to grind out this Triumph, which to be honest, really isn't that bad compared to other Triumphs in the past for Pinnacle weapons. If you're not willing to grind the Triumph for this Pinnacle Iron Banner weapon, then you shouldn't have access to the Wizened Rebuke loot pool. That's just my opinion, everybody. Like, I'm not saying it's good or bad, okay? I'm just saying that's my opinion. If you feel different, that is totally fine, okay? I would consider myself a hardcore player, and that's just the way I see it. And I don't mind actually like popping on the Iron Burden. Like, I really don't mind doing it, because I still feel like I have a good amount of skill to where like I can complete this Triumph fairly easily. But what do you guys think? Definitely put it in the comment section below. I definitely want to know what you guys think, especially on this topic. They were talking about just adding the Wizened Rebuke to the random roll loot pool when you go to turn in your tokens and stuff like that. I personally don't like that. You might like it. Hey, that's completely fine. Maybe you'll get a God Roll Wizened Rebuke for PvE or something like that. Like, that's totally cool. But like, again, we all have our opinions. Definitely let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. We're now at the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, but there are 3 things I want to go over. First up, my clan, the D1 Fire Team, is looking for active players in the Destiny community. Our members play all sorts of activities from casual PvE and PvP to the endgame content. If you're actively playing Destiny 2 and want the benefits of a bigger clan, the link to join is below. It'll say clan link. All you have to do is request to join, and myself or one of the admins will approve you. If you're with a smaller clan and want the benefits of a bigger clan, and you have, like, let's say, like 7 to 10 members, I'm just using that as an example, but if you want to come over, just send me a message on any of my social media links and we'll try to get something set up. Number 2, if you want to know how to support me, there's a link below that says best way to support me. That'll take you to a 4-minute video. If you want to go check that out, that would be awesome. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and all that good jazz if you want to do any of those things. Lastly, we have a link to the community Discord below. Just a heads up, we're looking for anyone with moderator experience to potentially run the Discord. I know for myself, I'm more of a player instead of a manager, so if you have some moderator experience, just send me a message and we'll try to get something set up. I know for myself, I'm on Xbox, but if you guys would like to talk or chat with me, Discord is going to be the best way to do those things. Alright guys, hope you enjoy this video, and we'll catch you next time.